my name is Anne, and this sleepy boy is Toby, and welcome to a Tobyknits Flosstube, episode 65. If you're new, you need to go grab a cup of tea. There's probably a biscuit involved in this one, and get comfy, because today we're talking about cross stitch. I love cross stitch. Been doing it since I was 17 when I lived in England. Moved to Canada when I was 25, and I've been here ever since. And I live just outside of Ottawa in Ontario, a little village. And I have 2 grown sons, a grown stepdaughter, and a whole pile of lovely littles. I am retired, so I do lead a very crafty life, because Mondays, every other Monday, I have a podcast which is all about knitting and crochet. And Wednesdays, as you know, is all about the cross stitch. So I'm going to put this rather heavy little boy down behind me. He likes to sit behind me. He's now comfortable. So we can talk all about the cross stitch and what I've done in the past week, which has been quite a lot, because I do have a finished object. And so I'll show you the finished object first, and then I'll show you the weekly stitch, because as you know, every day I do a different project just to keep the interest. And then I will also be going to do a plan with me for April. So get comfy, let's go. First off, the finished object. Who can guess what it is? Come on, guess. See if you can guess. I bet you Diana knows. This was my new start in March. It was my March new start, so it was my Monday stitch, and it was from Bothy Threads. It was from the Advent that I got last year, which was fabulous. Look, it's all finished. Oh my goodness. It is the Sewing Bee. Here's where I was last time. So I did get a lot done on it. The backstitch took me 2 nights. It was a lot of backstitch. And I decided I didn't want to put, there was like a red that went around here, like stitched, and I didn't feel like doing that. And there was also another needle and more thread that came around here that I didn't like that either. So I thought that was just too much. So I left it at this, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to try and find a nice frame for that, and it will go here in the sewing room, the craft room. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that bee. I absolutely love it. Oh, and there was meant to be a whole pile of French knots on the thimble. And to be perfectly honest with you, by the time I'd done the French knots on the bee, and I just thought, no, thank you. I'm not doing a whole pile of French knots there. But I love it like this. It's very much more simpler. And yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased with how that turned out. And I had started this on the 3rd of March. And so what I had wanted, because it was my Monday stitch, there was only going to be 5. I thought 4. And Diana pointed out to me, no, there's 5 Mondays in March. So I thought that I wasn't sure if I'd get it done. I was really hoping I would, because it's much smaller than the other new start I did in February, which of course I haven't finished, and January, which of course I haven't finished. And so I kind of thought maybe I could finish this. So what I did end up doing is, because I finished Tiny Tuesday, the little bunny, the week before, I decided that I was going to use the extra 2 Tuesdays to get this finished, and that worked out perfectly because I actually finished it last night, which was Tuesday the 25th, and because today is Wednesday when I normally have this scheduled, so it's late today. It's late today. I'll tell you why it's late. Get comfy. Yesterday we got up and we decided, because Bob was off, we decided that we would go and look at some new Lazy Boy chairs. The reason is because I have a really nice 3-seater and 2-seater couch in the living room, and like a poofy thing that we put the blankets in for the winter, but then in the summer we just put our feet up on it. But I'd found lately that my hip was hurting, and I think it was because my legs are too straight out in front of me. There's no bend, there's no So I said to Bob, well, maybe I just need a stitching chair, something that and much trouble with me is I'm so blinking little. I can't, whatever seat I sit in, my feet don't touch the ground, ever. So then I thought, well, if I get one of them, like Queen Anne chairs, the wingback chairs, maybe if I sit at one of them, that might work. And I could always stick a pillow behind me so I can touch the floor. And so we bought one. Actually, we didn't buy it. We got it free on Marketplace or something. It's very old. It didn't go with our color scheme, but I thought I just want to try it. So we've had that for about a year or so, and it's not been too bad. But it's still not what I really wanted. So then I got a little stool, and I put the stool below so I could at least put my feet up and didn't have the blank pillow behind me. And that worked well for a bit. Well, then I saw Jeanette of Crafty Clegs, and she just got this new chair. And I looked at that chair and I thought, oh, Jeanette, why do you do this to me? So then I went down the rabbit hole because we can't get that particular chair here in Canada. But I thought, well, maybe I just need a Lazy Boy so that I can put my feet up a bit, but they're not right in front of me. They're kind of like still bent, but they're off the ground and I'm not. So we went down there. I went down there, the rabbit hole for Lazy Boys. And yeah, so then I said to Bob, well, do you want one? Like, should we get rid of the big 3-seater couch and get 2 small, Lazy Boys? And we still have the 2-seater couch when we have other people come to visit. So he was like, I don't think I want one. So I said, okay. So we just decided to go look. Well, we went to the Brick yesterday in Brockville, and we found this one, and it was on sale too, which is even better. And oh my gosh, it's a couch. Because some of the problems I used to have, because we did have a whole lovely leatherette set, which had the two ends pulled out to be Lazy Boys, and then there was like a rocking one, a single chair, and I really did like it, except they were like captain chairs, or is that what you call them, where each seat was individual and they were like bucketed, so you couldn't lay on this couch flat because you had all these bumps and grooves. But this one didn't have that. This one had just 3 cushions. It just looked like a regular couch. But it reclines up both ends and it's electronic. So I don't have to kick, because that was the biggest problem I had too. Kicking the thing back underneath was too hard. Whereas this was electric. And not only does it just pull your leg up a little bit, you can stop it where you want it. But it also goes up, and then the back will go back too. Like, oh my gosh. So we bought it. So it's coming a week today. And so by the time we did that, we went out for lunch. We did a bit of groceries. We got home. It was way too late for me to record. So I thought, I'll get up early this morning and I'll go record. Well, that didn't work out, obviously, because it's nearly 11 o'clock. But anyway, that was what the day was yesterday. What a tangent. We're supposed to be talking about cross stitch, not chairs. But the point was, I needed something more comfy to stitch in. And knit, of course, and knit. Okay. So obviously, this was my Monday and my Tuesday this past week. Wednesday is Wheel Wednesday, where I let the wheel pick. And last Wednesdays, because of course, yes, last Wednesdays was the birth announcement for my gorgeous little girl, Sunny, which again is another Bothy Threads. Can you tell I kind of like Bothy Threads? I like a lot of the British, obviously, because I love Bothy Threads and I love Historical Sample Company. So it's like, they're all British. Well, of course, so am I. Never mind, Anne, keep going. Geez, keep getting off tangent. So this is what I was stitching for the lovely girl. Here's where I was at the last time. And this was my February new start. And so I got the boat finished. So the boat is just about done. I can probably start. I just have to do a little bit down here, I think. And then I can start backstitching the boat. And I'll finish off backstitching the lighthouse. It's so cute. So yes, that was Wednesday. Now, I'm not sure how much time I put into it. Let's have a look in my book. I only actually put 51 minutes into it last Wednesday, so, but anyway, it was enough to get the boat finished, and I was happy with that. What Thursday's stitch is a SAL, and that is the Little Owl Patchwork by Historical Sample Company, which again I love. And I got about 2 hours in on this, which was just enough for me. Here's where I was to finish part 2. Yay! So all the top part is now done, and I will be ready to start part 3, which goes here. And this particular one started January 1st. So behind. But again, I only stitch this 1 day a week, so you know there's a reason why it's not done quickly, but it's a beautiful stitch. I really enjoy stitching it. It has beautiful colors in it. The whites pop. It's on a 16 count beige Ada, which is lovely. It's probably beautiful beige by Witchell, I'm not sure. Or maybe Zweigart. And the colors are, and it's nice because there's only about a half a dozen colors. So it's, the shading and the blending of the coloring is lovely. Don't these pop? These look like sweets to me. I don't know, they are just so pretty. You can still get this. It's now a complete, so you'd have to, I don't know how the complete one works, whether you still get the 4 bits or it's now just one chart. I'm not sure. But it really is a very nice stitch along. There's a new one coming out, which I'm going to do, and I've got more to tell you about that one. They have graciously sent me, because they sent me this one, they very graciously sent me the new one. I haven't got it yet. I'm hoping I'll have it by Friday, because obviously the new one starts on Monday the 31st of March. And it's called The Secret Garden. Here's a sneaky peek. You can get just the PDF. You can get just the fabric and the threads. And they did have a box that came with magnets, and a needle minder, and treats and all that. But I'm pretty sure they've sold out of that one, but you can definitely, I mean, just the PDF alone, right? Because then you've got it immediately, and all you have to do is get your own fabric and thread. And how many of us have all got like boxes of threads? So, you know, and it's an immediate delivery. So get the PDF. Join me. More about that later. Friday is also a SAL. This SAL started, I think, September or October last year. And this is a Needlelot Designs. It was a 10-month, oh, excuse me, a 10-month SAL. And every 3 weeks, she puts out a new piece. It's called The Secret Grove. And I am loving this a lot. Here is where I was last time, and you're gonna see I'm not really that. I only got an hour into this. We've been not really busy this past week. I just gotta hide my needle here. Hang on. There. Because I was in the middle of a stitch. Yeah, I have not really done a lot on this one. Oh, I think we had the kids over for dinner or something. Yeah, we did. I think. So, here is... I just kind of finished a bit more in here. That's all I did really. But isn't this one gorgeous? Look at the colors. Oh, that owl. His name is Helos. And I forget the chipmunk's name completely. So it came out with, this was part 1. Whoops. That was part 1. The top of the tree. I love the way the tree is. It's coming up and the way the little branches are. Oh, excuse me, cause I just had a banana. And and then part 2 was yeah, was it the owl too? Yeah, it was the owl too. Yeah. So it was all this lovely bit here. I just absolutely love this owl. I think I might make that all by itself again. And just frame it by itself because it's absolutely beautiful. And then this part here was part 3. And I'm on part 4, which is this little chipmunk. Yeah, miles behind. I think part 8 comes out soon. I think we're nearly finished with it, to be honest with you. But I don't care because I love stitching this. I really love Friday nights pulling this out and working on it. The fabric is beautiful. It's a 32 count Wild Orchid from Zweigart. No, Wild Orchid Lugana. I love Lugana. I love working on Lugana. I much prefer this than linen, but I like linen too. Don't get me wrong, but I love Lugana. And it's the colors are just completely bouncing off this. I've already picked a spot where this is going to go in my hallway. And I am quite happy. It's a very long piece because this is how long the fabric is. So these animals go all the way down. So as you can see, I'm not even halfway. But again, I don't care. I don't care if this takes me a full year to make. Actually, that'd be kind of nice, wouldn't it, to get it finished by next September? Because it's just a really very enjoyable stitch. I love the fabric, I love the color, I love the floss, I love the design that we're making. Yeah, so I'm very happy with that one. That's a lovely one to work on. Now, Saturday and Sunday are my WIPGOs. So I'm doing WIPGO, and the way I work it is Saturday I do the first number called, and Sunday I do the second number called. And doesn't matter to me. I don't count hours. I don't count stitch counts. I just stitch that day, whether I get 2 hours in watching the football, whether I get an hour in the evening. It doesn't matter. It's just that is my stitch for those 2 days. So I actually have one more Saturday, this weekend, Saturday, to work on this one. And this is a very old WIP. This is back, oh gosh, 2007, 8, and I had stopped stitching, totally stopped for about 15 years. And this was what I was working on before I stopped. And I love this. It's a Creative Accents, which I think is either part of Dimensions or was bought by Dimensions. Part of Dimensions, I think. And it's a kit. And it's a very interesting kit because I didn't realize until I went to do something that there was blending filament. Well, I totally forgot how to work with blending filament. Not my most favorite thing in the world, but whatever. And you have to really be careful and read the, because we all think, oh, it's just 2 strands of thread, off we go, right? We got to be really careful and read it because it's not. This one does have a lot of different number of threads. And I'll show you what I mean. Here was where I was. I had been working on the little boy, the little goalie. And as you all know, if you're regulars, my Sean was a goalie and my Andrew was a player. So this is typically them playing on the frozen river that we used to have across from us. So here is where I am now. And you'll be surprised, because I decided I didn't want to work on the little boy this last Saturday. Oh, look! I started to backstitch. Oh, does that not bring them alive? Does that not bring them alive? Look, look, look at this. Now that totally looks, I want to live there, but I think it's a barn. So I backstitched up here. I had to finish off some stitching up here because that wasn't finished. I finished the windowsills off there, and I backstitched here, and I started, was it the, yeah, I started working on the roof here. Now these stitches are all done with 5 strands. Yes, 5. And then some of them are just the regular 2. And these are all half stitches as well. There's Dimensions do a lot of half stitch for, they do it for a reason. And for the minute, I can't think what that reason is. Depth and dimension, because that's why they're called Dimensions. But yeah, I wanted to work on this. Most of this is done, most of the trees and this is done. So I decided, you know what, I was fed up working on the boy. He's mostly finished now. Well, he is finished, other than you have to have the back stitch done. But there was a lot of this blending stuff here, and it's got to come up here as well. So I thought, I'm just gonna come from the bottom down and meet them in the middle, because there's more houses and stuff in here, little sheds and what have you. So I thought, I just feel like working on that now. But I do have to be very careful. Look at the, this was from the needle. I hope that comes out, or I can cover it or something. But just look how much the back stitch makes a difference. It's huge as far as I'm concerned. I absolutely love it. Oh, it's so cute. And this is one half, and then the other half is going to be here, which is a big tree and the other boy. So I've got one more Saturday to work on that one. And then it goes away. Now, when I do WIPGO, because I had like about a half a dozen projects I wanted to work on that were very old WIPs, I decided to put them in 2 or 3 times in WIPGO, just so that they'd get a good chunk of work done on them. I mean, they're not going to get finished, probably not even this year, but they're going to get a good chunk of work. They're not just sitting there like they had been for 15, 16 years, sitting there doing nothing. Blimey, actually, they've been there nearly 20 years. How does that happen? So the one on Sundays is a little newer than that one, but again, it's still over 10 years old. And this one is a Dimensions kit, and this one is Family Tree. And now that my family have all done their growing and we've got all our littles, I will be able to finish this now and fill it all in. And I'm very excited for that. Here's where I was last time. I had been working on the bunny. No, I hadn't. I had been working on the fruit at the top. And I've got all the fruit nearly all finished now. There's where I am. I have a couple more of the very pale green leaves to do, and then I can start back stitching. So that's what it looks like there. So you can see what I mean with that one. And again, I think I've decided on this one that I want to start from the top. So I'm going to finish this off, and then I'm going to come down and do all the leaves like here on this side. And then I'm going to come down and then go back over there, come down, go back there, and then finish with our name and then do all the boxes. Or should I start filling in the name? No, I'm going to do it all at the end. But this is so cute, isn't it? I love that. I love that family tree. It's so nice. And I just realized I didn't even finish this off. Well, that's weird. Anyway. But it's really funny when you pick up a piece that you have not worked on for like 10 years. And again, with this one, I really had to sit and read because I started working on the rabbit with my 2 strands of thread. And then I realized, and you might be able to see it, down here, this is where I started with 2 strands of thread before I realized I was supposed to be using 3. This whole thing is done with 3 strands of thread. And I was like, well, I thought, I'm not ripping all that out. So what I did was I took a single strand and went over the top to make it look like 3 strands. So, but again, that's what I mean. You've got to sit and you've got to look at, you've really got to look hard at the instructions and reread them all again, because you know, we've moved on like it with cross stitch so much since back in when I started these, that there isn't as much backstitch anymore as there, you know, used to be. And that's a shame because I love backstitch. But and there's half stitches and quarter stitches are all a little bit different these days. So, you know, it's, I literally had to sit there and reread everything because it was like, I forgot where we were. And I pick it up and look and think, why is that really thick there? Did I do something wrong? I wanted to find out, no, you needed 5 strands. Oh, right. And this one you needed 3. Oh, right. And this one you have 2 colors. Oh, right. So, anyway, that was that. So, my Happy Easter is coming along fabulously, and I'll be showing you that on Friday because we'll be doing another stitch with me on Friday. The plan, I was going to think about doing a live, but I'm not. I really enjoy how I did it last week, where I recorded it and I typed up all the questions. Yes, I typed them up that people had said, or comments people had put when they watched my live. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to type up all the comments that people put for last week's Stitch With Me, and then we'll discuss them while I'm stitching. I find it easier because I'm not, and somebody did mention that it would be easier for me because I'm actually stitching and just talking versus trying to keep my eye on comments and questions. So I like that way better. Plus I can do it at my leisure and then just put it up for Friday for you guys to watch. But I have done my Monday, Tuesday for this week, and I'm very excited to get to my stitch today with it, my hour, because I'm doing that 1 hour a day, Monday to Friday, in the hope that we can get this finished for Easter. So yeah, so anyway, let's plan April. You want to plan April with me? I've got some new ideas. Of course I do. No, wait. We have to do Wheel Wednesday for this week still. The two WIPGOs this week, I'm putting them back on. So we've got Family Tree and Rivelry. We've got Sally, which was January's New Start. My First Holiday, which is February's New Start. Secret Grove and Little Owl. So, which are basically what I am working on right now. So we are going to get it to go. Rivelry! Yay! I get to work some more! Excellent. So that's going to get 2 stitches this week. So that's fabulous. Okay, now let's do some planning. All right, there's March. So let's move on over to April. I have made some notes here about what I would like to do. I've got a bunch of books. I can look through here. Yeah, I don't like that one. So I can see, I like ones with flowers. Nah, this is actually my favorite one. I've used a lot of this one. Oh, okay, let's see. Oh, big peony. Oh, now didn't I do peonies last time? I did. So I don't want to do peonies again. But it is spring and we do need this sticker. So let's get this out. And we are going to use this one. And we are going to put it there. Like that. Oh. I need my S. Maybe I should use scissors. Oh, I left the S behind. I thought I was being all clever and doing that without getting that S. Oh, well, it's going to stay there, and I'm just going to write spring there. All right, so we still haven't decided what flowers we're using, have we? Oh, that's cute with the butterflies. Ah, these are sweet. Well, maybe I'll use these. Yeah, because I haven't used these ones yet. Oh, yeah, let's use these. Okay, so we'll get this one. Oh, these are like, gosh, where am I going to put that? I'll put it here. Oh, okay. There. And then, oh, that's a nice big one for at the bottom because there's a lot of space at the bottom. I guess you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Plus, I can't even get it off. My nails. Can't get it off because of my nails. We watched a TV show last night on Netflix. And it was really good. There. I feel like that's upside down. Oh, well, never mind. It was really good, this TV show we watched last night on Netflix. And I have to tell you, I bawled my eyes out in the last episode. Absolutely bawled my eyes out. If you can guess what that TV show was, it was 4 episodes. It was on Netflix. It's fairly new. It's all the rage. and right now, but it was so good. One of my favorite actors, and you'll probably all know why. And yeah, absolutely loved it. Now then, I am going away in April twice. I'm going away on the 7th. I will be home on the 14th. And I am going away. Oh gosh, these are so hard to get off. On the 24th. And we'll be home on the 27th. That looks pretty. Now, I do typically like to add on this page, where I write my notes. Oh, these are so hard to get off. And you got to be careful when you're pulling them up, because they could rip. Because they're these funny little plasticky things. Okay, one more and then I'm done with these stickers. If I get this one off. There we go. All right. So then usually I do my little grid that says what my week is going to be and any new starts. So the new starts will go there. You'll type new starts there. And I don't think I'm going to have any new starts, to be perfectly honest with you. Unless I get something while I'm away at Stitch North. Because that's where I'm going here, Stitch North. Because we all know I'm going to buy something. But whether I start it while I'm there is a new thing. I don't know. So how do I want to do it? So Saturdays and Sundays are still going to be WIPGO. And I have already found out what the numbers are. They called number 4. So let's look up number 4. Sally! Sally was my January new start. So Sally is going to be my February, my Saturday, oh my God, now I'm right in February, my Saturday stitches for April. And the other number they called was 10, and it's Peter. That's my Peter Rabbit sampler. And my dad sent me more magazines. So we'll be able to open some magazines together. I'm so excited because I get to start a new little animal for my Peter Rabbit sampler. Here is the Peter Rabbit sampler that I'm stitching. I've done Peter, Flopsy Bunnies, and Hunka Munka. So now this one is what I'll be working on in April. It is the 2 squirrels, Goody and Timmy Tiptoes, sheltering under an umbrella. Oh, I love doing this because hopefully I can get all that done in the 1 month. And then, yeah, so that's exciting. So that's what I get to work on Sundays. So my plan, I have decided that what I'm going to do, very similar to my knitting for April, is Monday to Friday, I'm working on one project. Saturday, Sunday is WIPGO. That's it. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects, if I count these 3 days. 5 actual projects I can work on for this month. And because on Monday, the Secret Garden for Historical Sampler Company is coming out. So my plan is to stitch Secret Garden every day that week. So I'm just going to put the hours that I stitched in here, but it's only going to be Secret Garden for those days. The second week, I'm going to be gone away, and I'm going to Nova Scotia to see Sean, Megan, Miss Megan, the lovely Leo, and the sweet Sunny. So I'm going to take my sampler that I'm making for her with me, and I'm just going to work on that. All that. It's the only cross stitch I'm going to take. Well, I might take Sally and Peter too. So that's what I'm taking. This particular week, part 9 of Secret Grove comes out. So I thought, well, hey, I may as well make this a Secret Grove week. So this is going to be Secret Grove. Every day, Monday to Friday, that week. Of course, I'm not going to catch up to that, but it'll get me some really good stitching in it and move me forward quickly. This particular week here, I decided I wanted to work on Patchwork Owl to get him finished. Oh, why am I doing that? See, I just messed up my book. Good job I do it in pencil. This is why I do it in pencil. Because I really would like to get Little Owl finished. That's what I wanted to do. And I feel like if I give him lots of love that week, I will. Even if I get the whole 3rd section done. Wouldn't that be great? And then the last week, I would like to do Sally. I'm assuming I will get her done because we've got these maybe to here. Yes, I'm going to do Sally here and there. And then there'll be the new WIPGO. So that's my plans for April. And again, as I said, Little Owl will come with me when I'm at Stitch North, and Sally and Peter. Yeah. And I'm sure I'll find one there. I'll buy something while I'm there and start it. I probably will. It'll be a Stitch North something. Anyway. So that's all I've got for you, which is rather a lot. I know. I told you to get a biscuit. I did. Anyway, I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous week. I will be back on Friday for a Stitch With Me. And I'll have all kinds to tell you about then too, because we're babysitting Evelyn and Tristan on Thursday night. That's always an entertaining event. So yeah, anyway, okay, I will talk to you all soon. Okay, bye.